This is burning my fingers. I'm so sweaty today. So we got about 4.5 inches to lose.
Kiss? That wasn't a kiss.
Every little tiny thing matters. Rice Krispies.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
You are winner, Julia Renee.
Good morning, guys. In today's video, we are gonna go over the top 5 weight loss mistakes that you might be making right now. So we all know that it's so annoying when we're trying so hard to lose weight and we feel like we're putting so much effort out and nothing is happening. I've been there far too many times, so in this video, I'm gonna go over 5 tips. Make sure that you stick around for the end because the last one is the most important one. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my future content. We talk about meal planning, prepping, we talk about weight loss, we talk about fitness tips, mistakes, so make sure that you are here for that. Walking, start activity. All right. Okay, so mistake number 1 is that you're overestimating the amount of calories that you burn when you're doing physical activity. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make, especially with cardio, is they're going based off of what the machine tells them and how many calories that the machine tells them. And most likely, it's actually way off. It usually tells you that you're burning a lot more calories than you actually are. So for me personally, I use the Whoop and I start my activity. I set it to whatever I'm doing, which right now is the treadmill. And by the end of that, I usually see the difference between how many calories the machine says versus how many calories I actually burned. So if you're underestimating the amount of, or overestimating the amount of calories that you're actually burning, then when you figure that into your caloric deficit, you're actually still not in a caloric deficit. So you can be in a caloric deficit in 2 different ways. You can be in a caloric deficit by burning more calories or eating less calories. So if your calorie burn isn't actually accurate, then your results aren't gonna be accurate. People will also do this with lifting. They actually overestimate how many calories they burn when they're lifting. So for example, when you're doing an upper body versus a lower body day, you might be burning less calories during your upper body day than your lower body day. For your upper body day, it's a smaller portion of your body versus your lower body where you have to use a lot of your body in order to get the weight up with your squats, with your leg press, stuff like that. So people think that they're burning a lot more calories when they're weightlifting, but most likely they're not. So whatever you want to use to track your calories besides the machine, I highly recommend. Okay, so see, already it's way higher. It says that I burned 25 calories and my Whoop, I've only burned 14. So it usually overestimates the amount of calories that I burned. So we'll check back in with it when I'm done with my 40 minutes. Okay, our 40 minutes are up. So it says on here I burned 301 calories on the machine, and in my Whoop, I burned 246. So I have seen machines that have like a way bigger jump than this even, but it matters, especially if you're trying to lose weight and lose body fat. Those are calories that you need to take in consideration. So we're done with our cardio. Now let's go back home. I'm so sweaty today. Okay, Mistake number 2 is you're not tracking your progress. And I'm not talking about just tracking progress on the scale. I'm talking about doing maybe body fat scans, if that's something that you could do. You've seen me do a lot of DEXA scans on my channel, measuring your waist so that you can see that you're getting inches going down. Maybe even measuring your quads so that you can see if you're building girth there. A lot of people get so fixated on what the scale says when they first start their journey that they think that it's the end all be all if the scale doesn't move. For example, me, these past 2 months, my physique has changed so much. I've built a lot of muscle and I've lost body fat and inches on my waist, but my weight hasn't changed very drastically. That's because my body is actually recomping because it's losing weight and building muscle at the same time. And if you're just relying on the scale actually doesn't show you that. It doesn't show you the muscle that you've built, the body fat that you have lost, and the inches going down in your waist. So I'm gonna do my check-in with my coach, and we're just added this because I was just doing photos and scale. So let's do waist first. I'm gonna have to go in the mirror real quick to do this because we wanna measure our waist 2 inches above, about 1 to 2 inches above our belly button. So the smallest point that you can get it. So right now, let me check if it's the smallest waist. Usually you can feel it right on the back of your back. Okay, right now we're 28.5 inches, and for stage, we wanna be about 24 inches. So it seems crazy, but we've done it every single time. We've got down to about 24 inches, and so we got about 4.5 inches to lose. Okay, so now that we have all that information, I have a log in my, I have a folder of photos, and I just put a picture of my feet on the scale. I track the waist and it's going down. Obviously, I'm tracking things a little bit more carefully because I'm competing in a bodybuilding show. So I'll also fill out my little form and send everything in to my coach.
Kiss? That wasn't a kiss. Kiss? That was a little kiss. He hates kissing. Unlike Vision, who loves kisses. 69.0. What are you doing? Okay, lay down if you're gonna be here. Lay down.
So mistake number 3 that I see a lot of people doing is actually they're not in a caloric deficit. So you need to be in a caloric deficit if you want to lose fat and lose weight. But a lot of people actually way underestimate the amount of calories they're actually eating. Like, we're more likely to be like, yeah, I only ate about like a couple ounces or a half a cup because that's just what we humans do. So if you're underestimating the amount of calories you're eating, you're actually probably eating a lot more than you realize, putting you not in a caloric deficit. So that's why I measure out my food, especially when I'm on prep for a bodybuilding show. Everything matters. Every little tiny thing matters. So if you haven't gotten used to using a scale or tracking your food at all, I definitely recommend watching my video that I made about how to track your macros. I usually, when I'm tracking macros, I do it on my MyFitnessPal, but right now, since I have a meal plan from my coach, I just follow to the gram, of what he wants me to have. So a lot of things too have a lot of hidden calories that you don't realize. So for example, a lot of drinks have hidden calories. And if you're not aware of what you're putting into your body, even like sauces, drinks, things that you wouldn't think have calories, they have calories. And at the end of the week, that can add up. And if you say you have a bunch of different things throughout the week that have a little bit of extra calories, then at the end of the week, you might have 100 calories or 2 to 5 of extra that you didn't know, which is not even putting you in a caloric deficit anymore. So I tried to find something in here that I have that has like a lot of extra hidden calories, but I really can't, because I'll use like sugar-free syrup right here, but it does have 5 calories. So you gotta think about that too. There's milk, 25 calories for a cup. Then we have sauces, like we have a barbecue sauce, 40 calories for 2 tablespoons with 10 grams of carbs. And I know this seems very nitpicky, but thinking about how much that can add up throughout the week if you're not being careful about it. This is my last bit of Rice Krispies left. Rice Krispies. Ta-da. It's not enough. We're about 10 grams too little, but it's okay because this is all I have. So we're gonna have to be 10. Oh, you know what? Since I know my macros, that means I'm just gonna do 10. I'm gonna like calculate my intra workout, because if you're taking intra workout, it has carbs in it. So I do 12.5 grams of intra workout so that I have sustained energy throughout my workout, along with a higher carb meal before my workout so that I have energy throughout. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add more intra workout so that I get that 10 extra grams. That's what tracking and knowing macros and measuring things can do for you, because now you know how to manipulate it so that it can work for you. Oh wait, I still need this. Scoot over. Okay, so we have beef right here. We have 100 grams of beef. This looks like sweet potato, but it's actually, this is burning my fingers. It's actually spaghetti squash. I just mushed it all together and it tastes really good. So I'm gonna do 5 grams of avocado oil. It does smell good. I put a little cinnamon on it and a little bit of sweetener so that I have a little sweetness. Okay, there we go. Avocado. The truth is, like, my hunger hasn't been that great in the mornings, so I was supposed to have this meal like a couple hours ago and I just didn't, so I'm kind of like combining meals. So I wouldn't normally have this higher fat meal before my workout. It's usually just the carbs and stuff, but I've just been honestly struggling with getting all my meals in, so that's just the truth. Being honest. Oh no, we don't want the skin. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, Roo. Let's first make this meal. Got my savory side and I got my semi-sweet side. I just add a little bit of 0-calorie sweetener to it and it's perfect. So, mistake number 4 that I see people make is they cut their calories by too much and too soon. So, for example, since I'm a bodybuilder competitor, when I'm competing, I usually take about 5 months, 4 months minimum to prepare for a bodybuilding show. That's too much, we gotta put it back. So I take about 5 to 4 months in order to prep for a competition. And when I tell people that, they're like, wait, what? That's crazy, like why do you do that? But the reason that I do that is so that I don't have to cut so many calories so fast. So if I get if I'm trying to get ready for a show and I only give myself 2 months or I give myself 3 months, in order to get to the level of leanness that I want to get to be on stage, I'm gonna have to cut my calories way faster than I would like to. So when I'm in the off season, that's when I spend my time bringing my calories up to the highest level that I can. So back to my maintenance calories. So this off season, we got our calories to about 2,300, and the purpose of doing that is so that when we start our cut, we can start chipping away from 2,300 instead of chipping away from, say, 1,500. So if you're starting off your cut where you're already starting at 1,500 calories and that's all you're eating, there's very little wiggle room right there. You have to start cutting into like the 1,300, 1,200, and then we get to the 1,000 calorie range, and then that's when it can get really dangerous. And a lot of people will think that if they just start their diet and they slash their calories in half right off the bat, that they're gonna get insane results and everything will move quicker. We live in a very Amazon-based society where when we want something, we want it now. But if you want sustained results, lengthening the time that you're going to use to get to that goal is way better, way sustainable. It's going to be way better for your mental health. That's why you see bodybuilders spend 5 to 4 months cutting instead of doing it in a short amount of time. All right, so we're gonna get ready to go to the gym now. I have the Intraformance that I was telling you about earlier. So I have this thing full of water, and I'm gonna measure out a little bit extra so that we can replace those carbs that we were missing in our meal before. Okay, Intraformance, liquid carbs, so we can have sustained energy. EAAs for muscle recovery and muscle protein synthesis. Bam, 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 bam. I personally like EAAs better than ECAAs. I feel like I love EAAs better than BCAAs. I think they work better, I'm just gonna be honest. And then we have Megawatt. This is my new favorite flavor, Blue Ice. I don't know if I just have been sleeping on it, but it's really good. So I'm gonna do 2 scoops today because I'm gonna be honest, like my strength, we're hitting that point in prep where my strength is kind of starting to decrease, and I'm okay with that. A little bit of salt. That's what my coach wants me to do with it. I'm gonna mix it together. I'm gonna drink about half of it along the way to the gym. That's usually what I do. So when I get there, I have some energy from the pre-workout. It's already starting to work. And then once I start feeling a little like sluggy during my workout, why does this happen to me every time? It's like I never fully close it. Okay, we're gonna go to the gym. Make sure you stick around because we have one more mistake that I need to talk to you about, and it's important.
Don't really care what people say. Don't overthink what's happening. We're jumping in with the sleigh. We fall in love with everything. We never sleep, no, no. We're never gonna sleep, no, no. We're gonna stay up, way up, long as we're together.
That people make. Number 5 is that people are not lifting weights. So when you want to lose fat and you want to, or lose body fat and lose weight, a lot of people start doing tons and tons of cardio and think that since cardio burns a lot of calories, that's going to do so. But what actually happens is when you build muscle and you put more muscle on, it takes more physical exertion to like move around your body because you're just a unit now. So for every 10 pounds of muscle that you put on your body, you burn an additional 80 calories. So the more muscle that I pack on, the more calories I'm gonna burn when I'm lifting, when I'm doing cardio. And then the reason why pairing cardio and lifting together when you're trying to lose weight and lose body fat is because while you lose weight, you're actually gonna tone up your muscles as well. That's why a lot of people call it like skinny fat, where you just lose the fat and you're just kind of like a little stick and you don't have any muscle tone to you. So pairing them together is ideal. Also, by putting on more muscle mass, you're gonna increase your NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is basically like me right now talking and doing this video to you, just moving around like normal. I'm burning calories by doing that. When you're on the computer and you're typing at work, when you're walking around your house, whatever it might be, you're burning calories throughout the day. The more muscle you have, the more of those calories that you burn. Okay guys, anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed. Also, click the first link in the description. It will also be pinned in the comments if you want to join my 90-day shred. And the next episode, we're going to have a huge prep update because a lot of things have changed. So, I love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think. Bye!